Okay, okay.
Wealth and self.
Well, what is up? What's up? Good afternoon. It's iCkEdMeL. How are you guys doing? Do a little quick check here. Well, what is up? Good. Amazing. What's up, man? Do you guys remember this story? Is it Lateche? Is that how you pronounce it? Lateche? The woman that went missing. She flew from Indiana to California. If you're new to the story, I am going to play a little recap video that I made, so you don't have to worry about that if you're new. And if you wouldn't mind hitting like, I'd appreciate that. And the mother, boyfriend, and Lateche spoke out in this interview. I was just randomly, like I normally do every morning, like I browse different news and articles, and I came across this, and they did an interview a couple of days ago. And kind of interesting because the GoFundMe was shut down, and they're also claiming that they're stuck. This was as of a couple of days ago. I don't know if they figured out their situation, that they're stuck in California and they're waiting for the funds to release and so they can fly back to Indiana. Have you guys heard about that? I don't know, man. Kind of craziness. But let me just start out with, we'll do a little recap, man. A little recap video I made. Welcome, welcome. And bro, I don't know if you guys saw the thumbnail, but it's interesting seeing her. And they're going to give the story about, you know, supposedly what happened. And the mother says that they were attacked on Twitter. And it was kind of like all this drama stuff going on behind the scenes. I had heard about it. There was something else on Twitter Spaces. If there's anybody out there that was in for that conversation, because supposedly her stepfather went in there and there was all this drama. People were saying the GoFundMe was fake. I think this video and image that we're gonna watch is pretty telling. I was like, oh crap. You know what I'm saying? But let me start with the recap and we'll give it a minute for people to join. And if you guys wouldn't mind hitting like, you guys were in the spaces? Okay. So I'm gonna, when we get through the interview, if there's somebody that I can call and explain to me what happened in the spaces on the live stream, I would appreciate that. If you're okay with that, either let me know if you're gonna email me or DM me. I'll just put the number out. I want somebody to call and just, you know, off the top of your head, because I heard it was a bunch of drama. The stepfather was in there. There was arguing. I think he made some threats too, or something like that. All this crap going on. So let me play the recap first for all the new people. For anybody that joins after, you're gonna have to just rewind. Yeah, exactly. Plenty of fish. Plenty of fish. Exactly. I totally. When I saw her face, I was like, wow.
Like she was saving him, and she loved him.
Lateche Norris is a 20-year-old missing woman from Indiana. She has a boyfriend that goes by Joey Smith. He had substance issues, and so they moved to Los Gatos, California, in an apartment near Santa Cruz in July 2021. September 1st, the couple got into a fight at a Safeway grocery store on North Santa Cruz Avenue in Los Gatos. Police arrested Lateche, but not the boyfriend, on domestic violence charges.
Smith had been clean for a couple months.
And he had been on Suboxone. It satisfies the opiate craving physically, but you don't get high.
Smith grew up in nearby Aptos, where court records show he has criminal convictions for arson, vandalism, and possession of.
What the neighbor had to say is pretty interesting, if not damning, and they seem to be in a toxic, codependent relationship, and he seemed to need her more, and she seemed to want to help him and save him.
He was getting triggered, and he started using again. They came and they gave him Narcan. They just revived him, and then when he was okay, they left. And he was just sick. He was throwing up and he was just really sick. The night before they left, I had them over for dinner, and he said, I will be dead in that apartment up there without her.
September 7th, they leave. Joey quit his job and they went back to Indiana. They reportedly stayed with some friends for a few weeks. On September 27th, the couple got into a fight in Anderson, Indiana. Police were dispatched at 11:32 p.m. on September 27th. According to the incident report, officers arrested both Lateche and Joey on charges of misdemeanor domestic battery at 12:15 a.m. on September 28th. Reportedly, Lateche would become sometimes combative when she discovered that Joey was using substances. It's also been reported that Lateche herself did not use substances, and so she just really didn't like when he did. And around mid-October, Joey flew from Indiana to San Diego to reportedly enroll in a drug rehab facility, but he soon left. October 31st to November 1st, Lateche flew from San Diego with a very long layover in Las Vegas to meet up with her boyfriend again. November 2nd, Lateche messaged a friend saying, "I don't have my cell phone anymore. I broke it." On November 4th, the couple had more arguments in San Diego, according to Cheryl Walker, which is Lateche's mother. She received several calls from Joey. He claimed that the couple had argued and he had lost track of Lateche on the San Diego trolley. Now, at 11:25 p.m. on November 4th, a friend reported seeing the couple at a 7-Eleven next door to the downtown San Diego library, which police released surveillance video. So there's going to be two clips that we watch. They're from the 7-Eleven store, and this is where you see her walking in with some khaki pants, a backpack. In the back there, that's actually Joey that you see walking into the store as well. This was the last time she was seen with her boyfriend. She was wearing a zippered black hooded sweatshirt over a navy t-shirt, khaki pants, black skater type shoes with white trim, and was carrying a black and white checkered backpack. The video is from November 4th, and on November 5th, Lateche calls her mother frantically at 4:49 a.m. San Diego time. She was using a stranger's cell phone and she was trying to find and reach her boyfriend, Joey. And so she asked her mother what was the phone number that he called her mother the previous day. They said, "I love you," and she promised to call her mother back soon, and she never called her mother again. So she was last seen November 4th, and her mother last spoke to her November 5th, and nothing since then.
They were super dysfunctional. Do I think Joey killed Lateche? No. But do I think it's his fault that she might be dead? Yes. Because of his dark world and the dark places that she ended up because of her relationship with him.
Brian Enton from News Nation did an interview with Cheryl, Lateche's mother, and they spoke about a couple of things. Joey's still missing. They're not really sure where he's at, but he did have some sort of Facebook activity.
Yeah, Joey's basically missing right now too, right, Cheryl?
Yes, in a sense. I mean, he's logged on to his social media. He's updated his Facebook story on November 13th. So I don't know.
That Facebook post took place November 13th. It was a Facebook story where somebody, either Joey or somebody else on his account, posted a photo of a black Volkswagen Bug in Chula Vista, according to the mother. Brian also asked the mother how Lateche and Joey met and how they came to be.
They met through, there's a mutual friend. Somehow he wound up in Indiana, where we live. They met at a mutual friend's house. He did tattoos on the side, and Tasia was interested in learning how to do tattoos. So there was your conversation starter. Just kind of went from there.
Cheryl also said that Lateche, when she called, it was a pretty brief conversation. She was asking about Joey and to try to get the phone number, and that I guess she didn't have anything to write down the phone number, and so she gave the phone number and she was supposed to call back. She never did. Cheryl also said that she heard like a man in the background, and then that's kind of it. Thank you guys so much. So that was that, right? Put myself back on the screen. So that's the recap for the people that are like new to the story, don't really know what's going on. And so they're found, right? And there's this drama. There's some drama. One, I guess the mother didn't like that she was being compared, or that the boyfriend was being compared to Brian Laundrie, which I feel like, kind of like Chris Watts, every story now is a Gabby story. This is Gabby 2.0. This is Gabby 3.0. This is Gabby 4.0. This is Gabby. Every story is, kind of being compared with Gabby and Brian because, it was such a big story. But I guess she didn't like that. And the GoFundMe situation before we get into the interview. Accusations against the family's GoFundMe. Norris' mother had organized a GoFundMe as she attempted to locate her daughter. After Norris was found, Walker said people accused her of scamming people with the fundraiser that had over $7,000 as of Tuesday. We were attacked by this podcaster on Twitter who elicited an army to say that this was all a scam, Walker told CBS. So the GoFundMe is locked down. We're now stranded here and we can't even fly ourselves home. So they're claiming they're stuck in California. And this is the GoFundMe here. I was like, let me pull it up today. I completely forgot about this story. And I just came across the interview today. And I'm like, because I've previously covered, like there was this woman in Miami that went missing. She was found. You never hear anything else after they're found, which is, you know, it's their choice. It's their privacy. There was this other woman from North Florida came down to South Florida. You guys might remember this, for Rolling Loud. And I mean, she was, let's see if I can show it here. Where's it at? She was turned up, you know.
Her missing. Her family sending Local 10 this cell phone video they obtained of the young woman, telling us they believe she was drugged.
Did you see her take any drugs?
We had no drugs on her.
There was these two other stories, and she was gone for weeks, and she was found, and it was so weird because like she was staying, I don't know, with some guy in some weird part of Miami. And so you never really get to hear when they speak after, right? And so I wanted to play this for you guys, for the people that have followed the story. That kind of goes into, they explain what happened in this interview. All right, there we go.
We had gotten into touch with some resources, and then we were able to get our hands on a phone. And from there, I just sent her a text as the phone was about to die, letting her know that we're okay. You know, we were out here at the library downtown, and we'll call her in the morning because, you know, I wasn't expecting anything to be like this. So we just let her know that. She immediately called and, you know, said that she was here and that she'd been looking for us, and we went from there.
Was she overjoyed? Or what?
I don't think she knew what to feel at that moment, but it was a lot of tears, but definitely happy that she didn't have to see the worst happen. So
I was just sitting there and I got a text and I saw it. It just said, "Hey mama, it's Tasia." And honestly didn't even read the rest of it. I just hit dial and called her and told her we were here, and she was just in shock like I was, but she told us where they were, and we hopped in the car and drove straight to her and just brought her back with us and went from there. I mean, it was kind of crazy. There has been a lot that's happened since then. And we did ask for just a moment of privacy. I just wanted like 24 hours. I just wanted to.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. And I hope, you know, if that's the case, she gets the help or they get the help or whatever the case is. It looks like they, you know, both are going through something.
Look at her. I mean, I just wanted to see, like, seeing she was okay. Like, I thought I was maybe going to have to accept something really bad, and I just wanted a moment of peace. But immediately after, we were attacked by this podcaster on Twitter who elicited an army to say that this was all a scam.
And who's this podcaster that she's talking about? The army that was elicited.
So the GoFundMe's locked down. We're now stranded here. We can't even fly ourselves home. So I'm dealing with that, but she's okay. And so I really honestly don't care. But it's been a roller coaster.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch I don't want to keep interrupting, sorry, but I didn't get to hear the Twitter space thing or whatever, but from what I heard of the guy, he's respectful and that kind of stuff. So I don't know that somebody would actually elicit that kind of thing, or he would do that.
Joey's probably the reason that I am been able to be found safe. You know, it is very tough being homeless out here, especially. I can't begin to express how many dangers there are out here, and that he's definitely the reason why I am safe and healthy. So I love Joey, you know, like we're just like family.
Popcorn, somebody said?
Well, your mom was really worried.
Of course.
She thought you might be dead. Some people thought you might be dead.
Yeah.
Why was it that you didn't get a hold of her for 4 weeks?
I mean, to be quite honest, when you're living homeless in San Diego, it's one, the sun goes down at 4:30. You don't have a clock. You don't know what time it is when you wake up, but it just feels like you have 2 hours to, be in warm weather, because your clothes we're having now, we just got these, days before my mom found us, so it's cold, we're figuring out how are we going to eat today? How are we going to just live day to day and survive? It's just, it goes and goes. And then as for why I didn't just ask a stranger to use their phone, it's just, I have a staph infection. Like I didn't have, I have frizzy hair naturally. I don't look presentable, especially in a place where, it's California. People look presentable all the time. And it's just, when you have an unlocked phone and you're going to give somebody your phone where they can potentially just run away with it, that's a very big and real worry out here. So when you kind of don't have that look, it's harder to actually get your hands on a phone, because I have tried.
So you tried?
Needless times, yes.
How many times did you try to call your mom?
I mean, I can't really tell you. It's count on one finger how many times, but it's just, we definitely attempted.
Okay.
I've always found it weird because I think of some of the previous stories that I covered, like the one woman that was gone for weeks and everybody thought it was the boyfriend. Kind of almost like this, actually. But these two were together. The boyfriend, she actually abandoned the boyfriend. And they were actually, I think, from California as well, which is, they're not from California, but this is a California story. It's kind of weird. But I was just like, if you're gone for weeks, I would just think, and I don't know because I've never been in that situation, but like, can't you just say or beg somebody, hey, can I please use your phone? Can I just call? Because she called the mother once at least. Can I please use your phone? There's obviously, I feel like there's more to the story. And I guess it's not our business unless maybe the people that donated feel like it might be their business. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But a lot of times this is not uncommon. Like, somebody's going through something, maybe a mental health situation or whatever, and they get found, and then, they just kind of go about their way. They don't want the attention, maybe the embarrassment or whatever.
Good.
Just like anyone else, being 20.
Yeah, the mother said she doesn't use in that previous recap that I played. And I don't know, just my opinion, it kind of looks like she probably was. I don't know. Unless that's just what happens when you're out there. I've seen plenty of people, and I don't know. She looks worse than the guy, to be honest with you. I don't know.
20 and 25 years old, you're gonna make mistakes. You're at a vital age where you're learning every day. So we both definitely have made a lot of mistakes. He's never ever put me in any physical harm at all. We say words that hurt. And then, out here in California, I do have a domestic violence charge. I did, because, I was having an anxiety attack. I pat him on the chest a few times, but when you say that you guys were in an argument and you even laid a finger on him, it's because of California laws, it's domestic violence. So that's nothing I'm ever going to be ashamed of. Never are my actions, whether they're meant in harm or just to give me a minute. We definitely have things to learn from, but we are open to learning. We recognize our mistakes, and we do genuinely love each other. So we're able to take any advice and handle the consequences as they come. We're learning young adults, and that's the most important part.
And I'll go to your mom here in a minute.
Yeah.
But people I've seen ask on social media, why would you come out to San Diego to live with a recovering drug addict who is homeless? Why would you do that?
Well, one thing.
I'm surprised he asked the question. That's respect to the reporter. He did it in a respectful way, but people were wondering. I think you guys were even asking in the chat.
Joey's recovered drugs over a long time ago. That hasn't been an issue in his life, but it is a part of his life that he knows and accepts. But he came out here to go to a rehab called Restoration Ranch, and in turn he had a seizure, which he does have time to time, but he had come down from drinking alcohol too quickly within a 24-hour period, and he wanted to get a grip. He came out here to go there, but because of the seizure, it just was determined that it wasn't a fit, so he was left homeless out here, because his family isn't, they're not there to support him, is an emotional aspect at this point in his life. So I was going to be homeless in Indiana either way. So stay in Indiana where it's cold, or come out to sunny San Diego. So that's what I did.
What does the future hold for you two as a couple?
I want us, obviously, to come out of this as, I want us to learn from our mistakes that we've had and we continue to make and be the people that we know we're supposed to be, humble and respectful people. But if it comes to the point where we can't let our differences set aside, then we'll continue to be friends and go about our separate ways and work up from here.
Here's the two things on social media. The GoFundMe was a big scam to raise money. How do you respond to that?
I'm very sorry that the small percentage of people that feel that way have chose for this to be the way that they react to a happy ending. I feel that what's clear to me is that they were just determined on this ending in tragedy, and it's not going to work. But I have been honest, I've been raw, I've been awkwardly stumbling through these TV interviews. It's not my calling. I have been honest. I just wanted to find my daughter because I was terrified something had happened to her. I've been honest with everyone. I appreciate everyone's help. And I'm sorry that sorry it took us a moment to respond. We definitely wanted to give you a response and an update. When we started being attacked and we were cut off from the funds, I kind of had to transition on making sure my family was safe. So we're waiting.
If you get the funds, what are you going to do with them?
Go home. I mean, the funds everybody's looking at this amount, but understand that that amount that was initially started on the donate, we flew out here. Father was here. We've been staying in hotels since. We do eat. We're not staying in 5-star hotels. We're not eating or living above our means, but this is expensive. The gas here is almost $5 a gallon. We've been driving around constantly looking for her. I mean,
I'm going to do Love Need. If there's people out there, I would love somebody to call in that was in the Twitter spaces or knows more about this. You can call in. I'm going to put the number out in a little bit. Almost done. A couple more minutes. If anybody out there knows a little bit more, I'd like to hear.
What's left, we're going to fly home with. I don't think there's going to be much left after we all get back home. We just want to go home.
Why can't you go home now?
Because we can't book tickets. All of that money hasn't yet made my account. So right now we're down to just a couple $100, and I'm not asking for money from anyone. Please. I don't want it to be misconstrued. We're not asking for any charity. People have given and they've been more than generous, but we have to wait until GoFundMe determines that this wasn't a scam before we can even book flights or tickets of any kind to go home.
How much money have you gotten from it so far?
I believe that we've gotten, I want to say it's between $3,000 and $4,000 is all that we've had access to and been able to use.
In your received from it?
Right, correct.
Okay.
I will say I am absolutely more than grateful in a way that words cannot describe that I have the family that is willing to go there, because everyone does not have that family. Some people, there's a lot of people lost because they just don't care. So I am eternally grateful that my mother has the strength and the care and compassion and love for me to come and look for me when she hasn't heard from her daughter in a month. And everybody else that has stepped up for somebody they just don't know and they just want to know they're okay. So I'm more than grateful.
Okay, here's number 2 on social media, and then I'll leave social media alone. If you were staying near the library, how come you didn't see any of the missing persons flyers?
So the library was just that night, and not even that night. Within 30 minutes of getting there, first thing we did, set our stuff down, and I let my mother know that I had a phone, I'm okay. And we hadn't been downtown. I have a staph infection now that I can't get medicine for because I'm not a California resident and I can't get approved for the Medi-Cal without numerous forms of ID, which I can't get access to right now here in California. So that was just that day. Other than that, we had been staying in Chula Vista on the side of the highway where there's absolutely no people and no resources there. So
I'm totally sure that you don't want to be homeless or want to stay homeless.
Of course. Absolutely not.
Can Joey say anything about what your plans are for the future to get off the streets and make a living?
Yes. So.
And if you could speak up because her microphone is next to you.
So our plan was, and it's the same as it was before we ran into Cheryl or before we contacted Cheryl and all this happened. The plan is we're still actively working as hard as we can in order to get out of the situation. But with the resources that we had, my ID was stolen from me the day I left that facility. My wallet, my backpack, my clothing, everything was stolen from me the first night I was out on my own. And I had nothing, and my phone was everything. And so I had to struggle on my own for a little while when Lateche came out. And then when she got here, we've been working very hard in order to get Medi-Cal, to get the free phones, to do all these things. And we finally started getting this plan into action. The moment that plan came into action, we got contact with Cheryl. And so now we have people in her community back in Indiana offering a job opportunity for me, which is well above the minimum wage out there, and an opportunity to, succeed on our own, and be together. And so it looks like that's going to be the best option. As much as I do not want to go back to Indiana, I'm born and raised in California, and I enjoy being in California. But like it has always been, I have never been a danger or a harm to Lateche, and I will always put her first. And so whatever she wants to do and whatever's going to be best for us as a couple, I will do. So if that means going to Indiana and working with her father for a company, that's what I'll do.
Framer or tattoo artist?
I do both. Yeah, I'm a licensed subcontractor and a licensed tattoo artist. Yeah.
What do you want to do in Indiana?
Well, I'll be building playgrounds. Whatever it takes. Yeah.
Okay, Lateche, did you come out here to rescue him?
I never came to rescue anyone. He's a grown man. He's 25 years old. If he needs the resources, he will get them. But this is someone that I did fall in love with, and someone that I want to be able to spend my life with. And if I can come out here and being the strong person that I know I am, and he as well, that may take about a month, but we can get our resources together and work hard enough to get ourselves out of this. And with a little bit of help that we can now get back in Indiana, we'll go from there.
First of all, I want to thank everyone who has helped hang flyers. Words will never be able to express how grateful I am for all of the help and the outreach and people that have cared about her well-being and helped us. So thank you so very much. Secondly, I do want to, because I kind of hear, her speaking, I want to address anything that I have said throughout any interview since this, has started. Of course, we didn't know the facts. That was part of the problem. It was a hard situation to track them down or to follow what happened. But, me saying things like, I don't know because Joey always did contact me before, or she came out here to save him, or these were honest feelings and expressions from a mother who couldn't find her child. I'm more than happy to be wrong, especially when it means ending in a positive outcome. I'm just happy she's okay. I thank everyone sincerely, and I want everyone to know that did help and donate and supported everything in me getting out here to find her. I'm grateful for everyone who's happy that this didn't end in a tragedy, because you're the people that matter. You're the good-hearted people, and I thank you so much. And we just want to get her whatever she needs. And Joey, I'm so happy that he's not the villain, that he's, yes, I want her in a better life situation, but given the horrible situation they were in, he kept her safe. I want better for them. I can't pick and choose, but I'll do whatever I can always for my children. And I want everyone to know that I've been honest, and I appreciate you all.
So that was the interview. My first time watching it too. I waited to watch it with you guys. All right, I'm going to mute myself for a second. I'm going to open up the line. If anybody was part of the Twitter Spaces, I'd like to hear just your thoughts about that. Whatever it is, I wish the best. I hope that whatever situation is, they fix whatever that is. How old is she? 20 years old, it says here. I don't remember how old the guy is, but they look like they're a young couple. I hope if there really is some sort of domestic stuff going on or whatever, it's getting worse and worse, or just toxic for each other, that hopefully they get out of that. Give me 1 second. Let me just do this.
The host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio web interface.
I mean, you can give your thoughts too if you want about the story, but we got one person here. 718, how you doing? Where you calling from?
I'm good. I can't complain.
Oh, this is who's it? Momo?
You already know it's Momo.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. What's your thoughts? Not seeing it. I told you to wait to watch it with us.
First of all,
don't go too crazy.
Hold on.
James
let me
Terry.
My earring because this clicking is getting on my damn nerves. But let me say something.
James, don't go too crazy. Go ahead.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm about to tell you the truth.
Okay.
So I went to school for drug addiction and rehabilitation, right? And the one thing that stood out to me with looking at this as a whole, not just one thing like the mom looking for her and all of this crap. The one thing that stood out to me is that the mom is in denial. It's either she's in denial or she knows that her daughter is an addict of whatever she's using.
Allegedly, yeah.
Ain't no damn allegedly.
No,
Everybody's
we don't know that.
seen her.
We don't know.
She's an addict.
We don't
Whatever.
know that. We don't know that.
Addict.
Okay, go ahead, but we don't know
Whatever.
that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the girl is actively using something, allegedly. And the mom just seems to be in denial, or she knows and she's her enabler. The boyfriend does look better than the daughter, which is weird, but he did look like he was kind of sitting there tweaking. Yeah, he was kind of sitting there tweaking. But this is something that I thought was really weird. So they said it was $7,000 put into the account, right? The GoFundMe.
Right.
The reporter asked her how much of the funds was she able to actually have, like have access to. She said about 3,000 or 4,000.
Right.
So wouldn't that be enough for her to go out there, get her daughter, and come back?
I don't know. I don't know what all of her expenses were, but I mean, yeah, I don't know how much they paid because she'd been missing for like almost a month, right? I think, or over a month, about a month.
Yeah,
for
for about a month.
So I don't know what expenses she might have had.
I just think the whole thing was I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem very honest. I don't believe, and this is just my opinion. I don't believe the girl was missing. It's just ironic to me that somebody would send a notice. What is that called? Like what is that called? Like when they kidnap you, and a ransom letter? Is that a ransom letter? For like $7,000. I don't know nobody who would send a ransom letter.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't.
Well, first of all, let me just say that
sounds like a crackhead move.
Let me just tell you, the ransom thing that does happen though, like the fake ransoms that people will target people of a missing that has a missing family or something like that, and then they'll try to go and scam them and they'll lie and they'll be like, I mean, it is weird that it was for that amount. I guess right, it was 7,000. That was weird. So, but that does happen. But yeah.
No, I understand that the whole thing with the ransom thing does happen. But the fact that it was for first of all, 7,000 is an odd number. And I just think it was just BS. The whole thing to me was BS. The mom was not like, I don't know. She's just giving me weirdo vibes. And the daughter looks like she's strung out. She probably been clean since this morning or whenever the hell that interview was. And the guy tweaking. So yeah, I don't know.
She looks a lot different from the pictures. I mean, I don't know. I know the filters are doing wonders these days. So I don't know if that's a filter thing too. They could do that. But she does look a lot different to me now, I guess. In this, I was surprised to see. I was kind of shocked this morning when I first saw it. I was a little shocked. I was like, wow, but
she looked different in the fact that her face looked kind of like she's been picking on it. And a lot of times with dope, when people use dope, that's what they do. They pick, and then a scab will grow, and then they pick at that, and so it's like they just pick, But she doesn't look like the person everyone was looking for. And I don't believe that she tried to reach out to her mom. I don't know. To me, I just feel like the mother failed her. And like I said, this is my opinion. My opinion. I feel like the mother failed her because if you listen to what whatever her name is, if you listen to what she said she would have been homeless either way. So she would have been homeless in Indiana or she would have been homeless in California. She chose California because I guess the weather is better. But to me, the mother failed her because there's no way, and I don't care how old my children get, especially if their life is spinning out of control. You're a mother for life. You're a parent for life.
Yeah, but she is 20. Like the mother can't stop her from leaving, Indiana to going to California. No, she can't.
Let me tell you something. When you have, and that's not the truth, because when you have a child or a family member who you see is a danger to themselves, you can intervene. Yes, the hell you can. Yeah, you can. You can intervene. You can get involved. You can have that person put into a place for evaluation or substance abuse. You can intervene.
Somebody said yes, you can.
So,
but to do 5150, which is a Baker Act, to 5150, the person has to really be out of control, right? You can't just like, oh, you're on drugs, so I'm gonna Baker Act you. You have to be like out of control to do the Baker Act, I believe.
And that to like I don't
know how
to
exactly how it works, but some people are
okay,
saying yes, you
so
can.
you have to be out of control, right? But you would not say that living on the streets as a female, just her alone, as a female, you wouldn't think that she's endangering her own life by living on the streets and sleeping under bridges and things like that?
No, of course. I mean, I'm just playing a little bit of devil's advocate, but just being homeless, just deciding to live on the streets, they can't just Baker Act you because of that. Somebody said that you have to be obviously a threat to yourself or others. I knew one of the crazy chicks. She got Baker Acted a couple of times, and I think it's because she was deemed like a danger. That was a crazy one that tried to like pop all these pills and stuff in front.
Yeah.
And I called the police on her ass, and so the police found her ass. They took her to the hospital. Horrible. They pumped her with the charcoal, and she was like, I think she got Baker Acted. So.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I think usually that's kind of like, I don't think you can just, your child's, getting high or something, and you just feel like, and they're of age, older. I don't think you just be like, oh yeah, I want them forced into the hospital without them actually, being suicidal or something dangerous. I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. But as a mom, like I said, I can only speak on my opinion. As a mom,
right?
I guess I will be breaking the damn law, because even if I have to tie my child to a damn doorknob, you're not going nowhere. It is just so hard for me to understand, that her mother was okay with her just leaving and going to a whole nother state to go find a man who was unstable as well. Where does the conversation, the communication comes in? I don't know. I think I wish them the best. I wish her the best. I think the whole damn story is a lie, but I know that the addiction part is not a lie. She clearly looks like she is going through something. He looks like he's going through something, and I really hope that somebody really, really helps them and finds them the services that are needed for them.
Yeah,
not just sit there and just shake their head and agree with whatever the hell they want to do. Just find the correct services for them. Because it's really sad. They're young and they have their whole life ahead of them.
All right. Well, thanks, Momo. I appreciate it. Appreciate you.
Not a problem.
All right, we'll
and
talk.
Please hit the damn like button. I'm tired of saying it.
Por favor.
Well, I ain't say it this time, but I am tired of saying it.
All right. Thank you.
Tula.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
That situation too, because I saw somebody already freaking out. They always want to cancel me for something. Somebody said, I think they're talking about me. Somebody said a woman having a mental health crisis and ODing is funny. With that person that I'm talking about, it's a long story. So, but yeah, I can kind of look back and laugh at it because multiple reasons. I don't even think they actually took anything. I think they were lying, and that's what the hospital was implying as well. It was somebody that would use that. You ever had somebody that's like, I'm going to kill myself if you leave me? You know, that kind of mental manipulation to keep you in whatever. I think that's what that situation was actually. And we're actually cool now. That was like probably almost 2 decades ago or something, you know, or a decade ago. So let me read the GoFundMe a little bit. That's the same person that jumped out the car. And we both look at that and laugh at it right now, you know. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Should I do the updates? Well, let me read the original. I think this is like the original thing here. And well, as far as the mother, I mean, I did see her going on different media and doing this and that, and she actually traveled. She did go to California. You know, I don't know what all the situation is, but it says here, forgive me as I've never been good at asking for help, but this is bigger than me, and I need help to find my baby. Asking for assistance with flights to San Diego, help cover boarding costs and other resources to help find her. 12/1/2021, raising the goal because as long as we have the support, we will stay and search for our sunshine. It's hard to walk away empty-handed. I just can't do it. 12/4/2021, she's safe. We're no longer asking for donations. The campaign will remain open for now for those who wanted to donate to her of free will or anything she may need. And I just want to read this one portion here because she addresses the Twitter thing, the GoFundMe thing a little bit too. And I don't have any calls. So if anybody, one more person or whatever wants to call in, at least on the Twitter spaces or anything like that, you can. If not, we'll just keep it pushing. Because I didn't get to catch the Twitter spaces and I don't think it was recorded. But it says here, I want to state for everyone that contributed to this campaign or wishes to still, even though I've already updated that she's no longer missing because it's important to me to continue to be transparent. Apparently some cowards on Twitter who pretend to be advocates and a small handful of trolls are mad that our story didn't end in tragedy or she didn't stay missing long enough for them to crawl out of the gutter on the back of her crisis and are insinuating that this was a scam. And the fact that I didn't close the campaign is proof. Yikes. Which to this part here, I don't think anybody was hoping for tragedy in the end. I think a lot of people are actually found all the time. I mean, some of the last stories haven't been like that. And honestly, I didn't think it was going to be a good outcome. I'm happy that it's a good outcome. I don't think it's wrong to question some of the things because I saw things floating around too. And so I started asking questions. I saw it on Facebook, on Twitter. I'm leaving this campaign open for the time being because I've had people asking what Lateche, if that's how you say it, needs. Instead of attacking our family, the moment I notified people she was found safe, I've been transparent and will continue to be. I'm no longer asking for donations of any kind. I'm not closing this campaign though, because the peanut gallery demands it. What? Okay. It's here for those who want to give to her a free will to help her with anything she needs. I think like a more like, I don't know. Maybe it would have been good to like, well, now it's closed, right? Or they're investigating the GoFundMe. Would have been like for rehab or to move into a place or something, maybe to update it and add to it, you know, like kind of make it like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's cool that they spoke because let me tell you, I rarely ever see something like this where the person like this in this kind of situation comes forward and they're doing an interview together. So I was like, oh, let me check this out. This is kind of interesting. And there's probably a reason for that people don't do it, you know? Oh, we got 2 calls. All right, let's take it in. 787, how you doing? Where you calling from?
Hello, it's Ronnie from Puerto Rico.
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing? Welcome. Puerto Rico.
Hey, hi, yes, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Okay. Well, apparently from what I was able to see on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken, Jennifer, I think she was an FBI. She was also involved in the Gato case.
Oh, you're right.
She spoke on another YouTube. Yes, she spoke and she gave a little bit background information on the parents. So
Okay.
that's why everything is getting questioned. I don't know if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it's fraud information, fraud issue situations that happened in the past. Don't quote me, but there's a YouTube. I'm not gonna mention the YouTuber, but
You can. Who?
there was it was Popcorn Planet. If I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
mistaken.
I've been on his channel. Yeah.
Yes, Jennifer. Oh, that's right. I forgot. She
Coffin
spoke
Daffer.
about that case.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Jennifer spoke about that case and mentioned that from the beginning she didn't believe it. I honestly don't know what to believe.
Really?
I don't know.
She
I
posted
honestly don't know
something
what to
on
believe,
Twitter, and I had a hard time understanding. Let me pull it up so everybody can see. She posted this on Twitter, and I was having a hard time understanding the abbreviations. I know LN is Lateche. Lateche found Friday. They partied with shots. CW, which is the mother. CW told TMZ. Saturday morning.
TMZ, they didn't notify.
Saturday morning, Lateche found, mother told law enforcement Saturday night. Lateche found GoFundMe still up. Lateche wants car. Lateche wants to be on the streets. Has nice Fort JS made. I don't know what that means. Maybe somebody in the chat. Nice Fort JS made and gets food from charity. Mother ran show. WS like Joey Smith. That's the boyfriend. Joey Smith, the boyfriend.
The boyfriend, yeah.
Okay. Treats Ellen well.
Yeah, so Jennifer
broke each other's cell phones. They broke each other's cell phones. I forgot about that. I didn't realize she went on popcorn. And so you said she didn't believe it.
Yes, from the beginning she didn't, because the thing is that if I'm not mistaken, the mother in different when she was getting interviewed, it didn't coincide. A lot of things didn't coincide with each other with what she said before. And then the thing is that with the whole like Gabby Petito, the whole ad in one of the interviews, she was the one that was making it seem as if her boyfriend was not a good boyfriend. And then for her to change it in that interview, the interview that you showed, she was saying, that he wasn't, so everything didn't like go together. So if you can watch on Popcorn Planet with Jennifer, with the former FBI, she said everything. And she even said that she was not going to even talk about the case anymore because that's it. She's done with it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So honestly, I don't know what to believe, but that was, yeah. All right.
You weren't part of the Twitter Spaces, right? You weren't in that thing?
No, I actually don't have a Twitter, no, but I was watching on YouTube. So I don't know who exactly she was talking about.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right.
All right, no problem. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.
Let me take this call, and I want to show you guys this thing too that somebody sent to me. I don't even want to get too much into the stepfather guy because I heard he's kind of crazy or whatever. But 253, how you doing? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Washington.
Washington. Hi. How you doing?
I'm good. I was in that Twitter space, and actually I was looking to see if it was still on Twitter, and I'm not finding it.
I couldn't find it. I caught it I heard about it, but I didn't get to see it, and then I heard about it the day after. I think they had two of them, right?
I know there was the one, the stepdad set it up. Like, he started the space and then put it in Nerdy's name or whatever.
Okay.
Before that, he had been commenting on a bunch of different missing person cases, saying, what was it, like, Nerdy, here's another one for you or something. And like, oh God, he was mad about it. So he starts this whole Twitter space, and I thought it was Nerdy's. I was like, ooh, cool. And I get in there and I was like, what's happening? And he's just talking all this shit about just all the web sleuths and what we do or don't do or whatever. And oh God, he was really mad. And people kept going, well, we don't understand why you're keeping the GoFundMe open when she's found.
Right.
Like, what is that for?
Right.
And he's trying to justify it for a while. It was really bad.
Wow.
So yeah, I imagine why that Twitter space is down, because I can't find it anywhere now. But
I'm surprised, like, I guess, yeah, either he took it down or they just don't save. I don't know how those Twitter space works. It's like a voice chat thing or something. Everybody joins in, you can listen, you can talk.
Yeah, I guess you can save it and so people can go back and listen, but
okay.
and I think he did that, but I think he deleted it.
Oh, gotcha. It's probably not worth all the drama and trouble, I guess. Okay.
And as far as like when an adult is, they choose to be homeless or choose to do whatever they do, as far as stepping in and doing something about that, they really, really have to be like a threat. Like, I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but I know in Washington that if you're over the age of 14, if you go to an institution or have to be hospitalized in a mental place, you have to commit yourself or be obviously mentally unstable.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you giving some of that information, a little bit of clarity. Thank you for calling.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Take care.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye. Okay. We're getting some more calls. Let me just do this real quick. Thank you for the members chat. Britt, mom said she had access to 3,000 to 4,000 before it was frozen. But what did she spend that on to only have a couple of hundred left? That's a good question. I don't know if it was hotels or something else, renting a car. I don't know. Sunshine, thank you for the super chat. Did I miss anything else? And Janice says Puerto Rico too. Oh, we got people in Puerto Rico. So somebody sent me the screenshot, and this was supposedly the stepfather, and he was addressing nerdy addict. It was like all this drama stuff, man. I try to avoid the drama. That's why I didn't even like whatever, but I was like, let me talk about it a little bit with the GoFundMe stuff. Come from my family, I will kill you. I'm not your entertainment. I gave it all I had, though. You're all just addicts, though. You're a liar. You were never coming to meet my family. You never truly cared. The shade is beautiful, and you're an obsessed biatch. Alrighty. Bumblebee Tuna. Okay, one more call here. 508, how you doing? Where you calling from?
Boston.
Boston. Hey, welcome.
What's up, Mel? The caller was right because that's what I was saying on Popcorn Planet. I watched that, and Jennifer was on there, and there's more stuff that she was telling about the situation. The mother planned this because they needed money. She really wasn't looking for her daughter.
Oh.
And after they found her, they partied in the hotel room. That's why the GoFundMe is being investigated.
Oh, damn.
There's a lot more to what they didn't say half of the stuff, and that's what I'm saying. You need to investigate a little more because there's a lot more that this woman and her husband and going on with these two. And she don't want to go home with her mother. Her mother already knew that. When she said she was missing, she knew her daughter didn't want to go home.
Wow.
And the girl and her boyfriend, they told her that they was going to tell because they said, well, you can just buy us a car out of the GoFundMe. Jennifer found all this stuff out, and she was on Popcorn Planet, and it was really good.
Okay. I'm going to have to check it out then. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate the call.
I hit that like button.
Yeah. Please. Thank you. All right.
Okay.
So just waiting for him to pop in.
Okay. I think that's it for calls. I'm not going to be able to play this. Thank you, Vic, that sent me to this. And just shout out to the Discord crew. I appreciate you guys, man. Just with the links, the chat, the conversation, you guys supporting being in there. I'm going to skim through this really quickly. I'm sure this is like 2 hours. I don't want to play the whole thing or anything like that. I don't have time right now, but.
Good morning. So
that I would have beaten my baby's ass. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's not cool. But it was also, heartbreaking to know that she was out here trying to get in contact with us, but she's homeless, so they're ignored. So you feel some empathy there, and it's just like I'm sorry. We just need to know that you were okay. You had us in a panic. Just that's it's amazing. I mean, I don't know. I don't. I'm still just kind of stuck like that. I didn't like. Well, it was just so, we were just so worried. Yes, I'm happy that she's healthy, safe, and still beautiful.
Yeah. And what is her state currently, mentally, behaviorally? How is Joey doing? It sounds like Cheryl came out and said to the press, "Look, Joey's not doing what we thought he was doing, which was, the domestic violence angle." How is everyone doing today, right now?
Well, right now, of course, they're asleep, and they're fine. They're comfortable. Like it's not at all what we expected. Do they have a toxic relationship? Yes. Yes, it's very toxic. They argue all the time. I mean, being in the room with them for the past couple of days has been a fucking headache. Like, God. But they're fine. they're normal. Tasia is Tasia. She's there, and Joey is Joey. Joey is really high energy, and he has a few issues. He has like Twitch and things like that, and he does give off that tweaker hype type vibe. Like, this dude's a drug.
So I'm gonna play this for a couple of minutes. What I did was I linked this. This is Nerdy's. He uploaded it. It's like 2 hours long, so I can't do that right now. I got my daughter home today. But I'm gonna link this so people that want to listen to it, I'll play for a couple of minutes. I also put Popcorn Planet's video with the former FBI person, Coffin Daffer, I think. So people that want to check that out.
Got it. But yeah, he used to do drugs, but he doesn't. Like, he's not addicted. Like, right now, you can look at him. He's clean. He's focused. He's got issues like everybody else,
Gotcha. Yeah, well, I appreciate you being honest about that. I'll tell you, I shoot straight from the hip, always have. So one of the things that didn't sit right with me Thursday, we put out a citizen broadcast. A citizen user said, "Look, I saw Lateja. I'm a tattoo artist myself. I saw her tattoo on her left arm, and I actually met with him and his wife yesterday, and they're on recording saying that." What made me skeptical on Thursday was that no one reached out to him. We kept in contact with that individual for over 24 hours and said, "Look, has Cheryl called you? This seems to be a credible tip. Most normal people don't just dump their cell phone number in a public forum like that." And there was just no communication per him. Then second to that, Friday, missing. She's in here now. We were scheduled to fly out on Friday night, and we ran late for our flight out of Newark. Wow. And so we had called Cheryl Friday, I want to say around 6:30. I could be off, but we checked the phone logs. And said, "Look, we're flying in tomorrow. We'll land at 10 a.m." And it didn't sound like Cheryl was excited. It sounded like she already knew something, and that was.
This is really interesting because I didn't know they actually flew out there. This is what I'm hearing. They were going out there, I guess, to help. They've been communicating. They've been helping out, at least trying to help out is what it seems like.
Friday around 6, but it wasn't communicated. So that was where between Thursday and Friday, I started sort of saying, something doesn't add up right. What happened there?
Well, there was, so Friday was another lead. And, Thursday there was another lead. It wasn't here in Chula Vista. It was there was somewhere else. I mean, it was
had one that Northwest Balboa Park. I don't know if that's the one, but that's the one we forwarded along.
Okay, so Balboa Park. See, I didn't know anything about that. See, what happens is, right? See, Cheryl, we get these leads, and we pull up, and she, by the time we get to the lead location, she probably has another interview or some phone call that she needs to take. And I just hop out and start hanging flyers. I mean, it's just this type of communication with you flying in. I asked her a few times, like, is like, when is Attic going to be here? He said he's coming. Like, you know, like what? Like when? I'm like, okay. she said, I don't know. Okay. Like, you know. And then when we came across Tasia, I mean, I'll be honest, I forgot that you were flying in. But I'm, you know, if you're here, that's awesome. You know, hopefully, you know, you can come by and I can talk to Tasia, and maybe Tasia would be okay with meeting with you, because, you know, everybody put their lives on hold for this girl. I mean, we were, and I'm forever in your graces. Like, and as I was saying in my post, you know, you guys deserve answers. And, you know, Cheryl's exhausted. She's burnt out. She's just, I mean, I've never seen this much go out of her ever. And after we found her, that was just it. She just quit. But with her already, what you thinking, her already knowing something, there was this lead over in one of the tent cities. And, you know, another guy, high energy, you could tell he used to be, or still on drugs. But, I mean, she felt like it was credible, so we shot straight over there. It was about 11 minutes away. And we got there, and it was hell. I mean, I personally was terrified, but it's all right. You know, I came here on a mission, and that's to protect my wife and to find Tasia. So I was okay. I was scared. Cheryl was scared, but we were there. And he got about 4 people to come to us saying, yes, your daughter was here. And it's like, she was here, but where is she now? Like, is this another one of these? Like, you know, he's sitting there on his cell phone talking to his boyfriend, but you couldn't take a picture of like, you've been running around with this flyer, but you couldn't take a picture of her. So that just really just turned out to be another one of those dry leads that, you know, that Cheryl really felt good about. You know, so that was kind of like an executive decision on her side to basically pick between leads, I guess. I don't know, man.
Yeah, and I didn't say this via tweet yesterday. I tried to say it, but I'll say it now. You know, there's no part of my fabric that ever wants to come out and contest a parent that's looking for a missing child. In no way. And I know that when I said yesterday, look, this feels off, right? I knew that I was going to get lashback, right? Both from you guys, the family, anyone. And I'm pretty careful about what I say, but it's how I felt. And I'm not, you know, that's just the way it is. So I certainly appreciate you coming on and explaining and giving the group that, you know, was very,
oh my God,
focused on finding your daughter, right? This group gets awesome. Engaged, and it's not just engaged mentally, it's our hearts, it's our soul. Yes. You end up knowing Lateche, sorry. But with that, Sarah, I see you have a speaker. Go ahead and take the mic and ask away.
Yeah, hi, good morning. Thank you so much for coming on this morning. I know you must be exhausted, and I am so happy that you have your daughter back. That is absolutely amazing. So how is everything in the hotel? You mentioned that just being with them a few days, the relationship is toxic. Are you guys concerned just having them in the hotel the last few days? Are you concerned about that relationship between them?
No, ma'am. You know, we counsel. We counsel. We make sure we talk to them, and they understand the state of their relationship. And it's weird. It's like, all right, you know, okay. It's that's what you guys. That's how you guys coexist. Then fine. You know, I can't handle it. You know, I'm a peaceful. I like peace. I don't like to argue a lot. That's why I'm out here doing these voices. And when Cheryl finds out that I've done this, I might be in trouble. But I don't. I understand that she's exhausted, she's burnt out, and but it's not fair though. It's not fair to the community that did put their lives on hold. You know, you guys want answers. I completely understand. You know, you're invested in this, and she shut down. Okay, fine. That's what I'm here for. I mean, husband and wife. That's what it's about. Like, so yeah, we counsel them. We most definitely, it is, the arguing is, it's fucking annoying, but they love each other. Fuck it.
Hey, yeah, I can understand that. Well, it sounds like you have a great handle on it. So when did you actually locate her? If it's been a couple of days.
Yeah, this was Friday night when we got the text from Tasia, and it was I believe it was around. She sent this text around like 8:30, I think. Joey said 8:30. Yeah, they said around 8:30, and we were able to pull up on them like close to 9.
Wow, so you guys were able to pick them up at Friday at 9? That's amazing.
Yeah, we have a friend here that let us borrow her car. I didn't even know she was a friend until my brother told me she was here.
So if you knew where she was Friday at 8:30, why didn't y'all communicate that with if you knew that we were spending so much time looking for her?
Ooh, well, Friday for me. I mean, in this situation, you're talking to the dog. I'm the guy that does all the legwork. I am out there hanging flyers, asking questions, going into tit cities. I'm around all the scary people. Last we checked, Joey likes heroin. He likes drugs. So I'm talking to the drug addicts and all of that. So Friday for me was day 3 of just nonstop going. I got to sleep yesterday, and that was I got about 3 hours. It's been hell. Like, so it's like, that's not fair. Like that. Why Cheryl didn't reach out? That's on Cheryl. She didn't reach out. I haven't been focused on any type of social media, any news interviews. I let Cheryl handle that. You handle that, and let me do all of this physical stuff. I just needed her to be okay throughout all of this. And in order for her to have just be sharp and be calm on those news interviews, I just had to play my part. So yeah, Friday, I was out of it. I was completely delirious by the time we got to Tasia.
Well, you're doing a fantastic job. I don't even know how you're keeping awake right now. And I'm glad you were able to play your part so well. You've done a great job. My only other question is on your cell phone. If they had a cell phone the whole time, like I'm obsessed with Starbucks, they have free Wi-Fi. Why do you think they wouldn't walk across the street to use the Wi-Fi at Starbucks for free if they had a phone the whole time?
They didn't have a phone the whole time. After Tasia was ignored, after so many times from strangers to use her phone, she just stopped trying. And they just came across a phone Friday. So that's how that went. She just stopped trying to contact us. She just gave up. And that's a little scary,
Oh, okay. I was confused there. But how did she accept the money on the Cash App that people were sending?
She didn't. Like that's weird. And that's weird, yeah, because when we got them to the hotel, that was one of the first questions that Cheryl asked her, like, did you accept the money on Cash App? Or it was something like, how did you accept the money on Cash App? Or did you accept it? And Tasia's like, no. She said, wait. And her and Joey were kind of looking like, so we've had $125 or $120 this whole time? Like, yeah, for about a week. And yeah, they had no idea that it was there.
Oh, okay. All right. Great. Well, thank you so much for the time. Sorry to take up so much time, Nerdy, but I appreciate. I just had a few questions, so
I'm happy to answer.
I'm sure other people have questions. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Do I get one more question?
What's your game plan right now? What are the conversations like right now in terms of, today's Sunday, obviously, the week starts tomorrow. What are Joey and Lateche's plan going forward?
Well, You guys supported us. You got us here. They're homeless, and that's what they're going to be.
So I will probably take you up on your offer. I'd love, since we're here already, love to talk to Lateche and Joey. My background, I don't even know why the fuck I'm looking for missing people, Amir. My background is addiction, but apparently I'm decent at this. So, but yeah, I'd love to talk to Joey, especially if there are addiction issues and homelessness issues, and hopefully get them resources and see where their head's at in terms of staying out here. It's cold. People don't realize, if you've ever slept out on the streets, it can be 75, 80 during the day, but that concrete gets really cold at night. And hopefully they have a game plan.
We've cleared those forks. The Joey is now able to get a job. He has his wallet.
All right, so I put the link. I don't know, man. I don't really even know what to think. I feel, I can understand. Yeah, I didn't know that these people actually went out there. They took a flight and they were communicating with the mother and doing all this stuff. So they were pretty seriously involved. I didn't know that. So I can understand if there's something fishy, people upset or questioning things or that kind of stuff. I'll probably check out the other video. It's kind of long, I think. Popcorn Planets. When I have some time later on, maybe tonight. The other quick thing, by the way, if you guys haven't heard, that story that I was covering yesterday with Andrea. So it was confirmed. I think in the early morning hours or whatever, that this guy killed his girlfriend. He kidnapped her, beat her, took her from the job. And killed her. This is a picture for those, just put a bigger screen. So apparently he confessed. They already locked him up. They found her remains by the truck, which somebody was saying it's actually his father's truck. I don't know if that's true or not, and they found him out there too. And when they found him out there, he was just trying to say, oh, well, I'm out here searching as well for her. And the cadaver dogs hit on, human remains close to where they found this guy. They took him in. So here's a little video clip just for anybody that was wondering some of the updates about that whole situation. I could totally understand, man, if there's people out there that feel some type of way with this other situation, the GoFundMe and all that.
Now at noon, authorities arresting a man who they say confessed to kidnapping and killing his pregnant girlfriend. We were there as 32-year-old Xavier Johnson was walked into jail shortly after midnight. Police say Andrea Lloyd was abducted as she was working at a Southwest Miami-Dade group home.
And human remains were found, sadly, on Wednesday, but they have yet to be identified. Johnson now facing a judge, and Local 10's Annalise Garcia is live in Doral with more on this one for us. Annalise.
Yeah, Janice, Christie, today Johnson did appear in front of a judge, and that judge did find probable cause, and now he's being held no bond.
Mr. Johnson, good morning.
33-year-old Xavier Johnson stood before a judge Thursday morning. The judge addressed the disturbing allegations against him.
Morning. Sir, you were arrested for 1 count of first-degree murder, 1 count of kidnapping, and 1 count of armed burglary with an assault or battery.
Johnson, arrested in connection to the disappearance of 27-year-old Andrea Lloyd, spoke in court about possibly acquiring a private attorney.
Do you have an attorney?
Yes.
Who's your
I don't have
attorney?
one yet, but I'm gonna get one. Go ahead.
The assets you own, the property you own, are what? Jet skis and what else?
The value of my jet skis is $16,000.
Family tells us Johnson was the boyfriend of Lloyd and father of her 2 children. Lloyd also 6 months pregnant with her 3rd child.
We pray that she's alive.
Family had been searching on their own for their loved one since Wednesday. Lloyd was working an overnight shift as a caretaker at this South Dade group home. She answered a knock on the door, and police say a man beat her and abducted her from her job using her own car.
He was walking up and down the road saying, I'm looking for my old lady, but wasn't nobody out there but him.
The next day, relatives spotted Andrea's boyfriend near a heavily wooded area near the Homestead Speedway. That's when they called police, and officers responded to that same feed.
As far as how many months pregnant, I've heard a couple of weeks. I heard 3 months. I heard now 6 months. I'm not really sure. She's a smaller sized woman. I'm not. She was pregnant, but I'm not exactly. I've heard a lot of different, um, you know, times or dates.
Field. A cadaver dog alerted to the presence of human remains. Police sources tell Local 10 the remains were found in a large metal box. Johnson, the boyfriend, who had arrived in a black pickup truck, was later arrested in connection to the crime.
And it was the family that found him out there. They called police.
Our cameras rolling as he arrived to jail early Thursday morning.
So just really sick. And it's kind of like I was looking again at their social media this morning. I mean, you couldn't tell anything was wrong, really. I mean, there was a couple little posts, but nothing. I mean, the pictures, they've been together, according to one article, for 11 years. 2 kids together and one on the way. I don't know. I was just wondering, like, what could have happened? What made this person snap to this point, just throw everything away to kill the mother of your child, kill the baby inside it, you know? And then he's out there trying to pull off like, oh, he's just helping search for her, when he's actually just trying to hide her body and put her away. So yeah, I don't know. With this story with Lateche, I made my video. I wasn't that invested like that. I could totally understand feeling some type of way, if I, had I traveled and then all this stuff, and maybe things weren't the way it was. So I guess we'll see what happens with the GoFundMe. It's interesting that they stopped it. What's going to be the turnout for the GoFundMe? The web sleuths don't play, man. That's the only thing too. It's like with these, with people that are missing and maybe situations aren't what they really are. The web sleuths dig and they find out. It could be a double-edged sword. Jackie Garnett, we asked why stories other than Gabby wasn't covered. This family comes along with a possible hoax. They make it hard for those truthful ones. No, that's true. That's true. And I didn't deep dive this, but from what I'm hearing from other people, they're saying deception. I mean, so much though that even the reporter asked, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, glad she's safe. I hope this doesn't turn out to be something like in the future that something else happens again, right? Imagine the same person goes missing again or something. Maybe the next time they probably won't speak up or say anything. They might be afraid after this, but hopefully if that relationship really is toxic, that they get out of that situation and before things get worse or somebody ends up dead or something. I thought this video was interesting too. Momo sent this to me, and this was with regards to Andrea. I think this was last night. The family was out there with police. Police been out there all day.
What's that? He done left?
I mean, I don't know what you think. I thought it was kind of nice that they're beating the police officers. Oh, here we go. The troll came in.
Thank y'all for all y'all help and effort and service.
What am I? You came late today. You're kind of slacking.
That man there go get all the hot dogs, man. That man there go get all. What's up, cuz? Everything good? Yeah, my sister, man. Yeah.
I was surprised the troll didn't come sooner. Oh, this is like a 4-minute video.
Mine get burnt.
Over here too, though. We got knockers right here too.
Brandy, don't start. Hey, Brandy, thank you for the last time. I appreciate it. That was fun, man. Appreciate the support. The troll's back. I really thought about it earlier today. I was like, I wonder if they're gonna come. And they're slacking, man. Oh, what happened? Slacking on your job, man.
Yeah, they went to the store. They went to get more.
And you're late too. We're already done with the stream.
That burnt one right there. Which one right here? Yeah, that burnt one right there. I'm good now. I'm good.
I don't know if this was family or the community, but I thought that was cool.
I'll call some of that down.
So yeah, man. Yo, thank you guys so much for coming through. I appreciate it. Just wanted to touch up on Lateche. I rarely ever get to see the perspective after the fact where somebody's found, and it seems like it was things became kind of messy between these people online. Apparently, you know, they were asking questions and flying out and doing all this stuff. So, but at least, you know, at least she's alive, at least she's safe, and hopefully, you know, whatever issues they have, yeah, YouTube messed up the troll notifications. Oh my gosh. That is so funny, man. Dedication, man. Loyalty from that weirdo. I think it's that weirdo that wanted to be a mod and had to make him a mod, and now he's like obsessed. Obsessed. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great day. Be safe. Love you. Did you guys see the Travis Scott thing? I saw it this morning. You saw Travis Scott? Travis Scott went on Charlemagne the God, and he did like a 50-minute video explaining his feelings, I guess, or thoughts on Astroworld. One thing I didn't know, he's not a great communicator. I've always heard that he doesn't do many interviews, and I guess maybe that's why he was trying to like communicate, and he didn't really convey well what he was trying to say. He said he's a man of God, and I don't think he feels, well, let me not speak too much. I don't even remember what he said, but it wasn't, yeah, to me, Girl NYC, it was underwhelming, kind of like the apology thing. I mean, I feel like the major thing is going to be on Live Nation, but I saw a video today. I was like, eh. They came back, just playing, you were a good sport. I don't know how I feel about that, man. It's kind of weird, dude. It's kind of weird, yo. I don't know. Weirdo shit. Weirdo. Weirdo shit. Just playing, you were a good sport. I wonder how do you do that? What is that? Are you paying for a service? Are you manually creating hundreds of accounts? How does that work? Brandy, thank you for the super chat. All right, I'm out. I'm really out. Love you guys. Take care. Oh, wait. Hey! Lourdes. Brandy, thank you for the super chat. Lourdes, hi Mel. That was a very famous judge. I love Mindy Glazer too. She's amazing. The one that recognized a childhood schoolmate. Yes. Appeared before her in court. Yes. Didn't he break down crime, that guy? I think he broke down crime. I like Mindy a lot too. She's kind of, she's like compassionate, but she's tough too. Don't play around. Mindy don't play. Yeah, anybody can like take the pics and stuff. That's why it's good to have the verification thing, the check mark. Because there's a lot of that going on YouTube. People making, you can make the same name and put the picture and all that stuff. So, but yeah, you guys have a good night. Take care.